Guys, howdy, Dinny here from Bitcoin With Dinny, Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company. For 5 years now, we've helped individuals to build their own bespoke Bitcoin pensions. We've helped them to get Bitcoin into their traditional pensions, and we've also helped those with companies to set up Bitcoin treasury plans through their companies. So if you need any of help with any of those things, make sure you check out bitcoinwithdinny.com. And if you just want the simple explanation of Bitcoin, go onto my website. You'll find the link to it down here in the description of the video. And get my letter. I wrote this letter years ago explaining Bitcoin in a really simple way to friends and family to hopefully convince them of why they should try and give Bitcoin a little bit of thought, consideration, and maybe own a little bit or save in Bitcoin. So really cool. So I want to talk to you today about our returns in investing come down to binary decisions. And that's what I want to share a little bit about. Like later this week, I'm probably going to put out a video about someone who recently lost 65,000 and sort of explain to us how it happened and why it happened and what you can do to prevent it happening to you in the future. So watch out for that one. Make sure you subscribe and help the algorithm by hit the like button. It pushes the content out there, and that motivates me to make more videos because I haven't done videos in months. But today I want to talk to you about mindset, because all your investing returns, it's our mindset which dictates how well we do. Like Bitcoin's not going to retire anyone early, nor is any investment, because I know people who've been into Bitcoin long before me who had access to Bitcoin when it was 10,000 and cheaper than that. None of them retired early. So it's the information, okay? It's not just having access to an asset, it's having information and understanding what decisions you're going to make around it. And if you make everything simple, I like to make things simple. I call it Dinny science. Just make stuff, take it back, strip it right back. Most things end up being a binary yes or no. And oftentimes, I remember I used to be guilty of this, is that you would give every decision the same weight. But you shouldn't. You should prioritize some things. This week, there are some things in your life that will move your life forward. If it's retiring early, there are specific things you need to do this week, or we need to do this week, that will help move the needle on that. And what a lot of times I'd be doing is I'd find myself and I'm giving decisions that don't really matter attention. Now, I'm really good at it now. Any of you who know me personally or have tried to get a hold of me for the last 10 years, I'm quite good at ignoring stuff. I'm quite good at prioritizing decision making. I'm quite good at only focusing on the things that matter. You can't get me by text message or notification. I have zero notifications. Even my team know that. They'd be sending me messages, Dinny, can we do this? I'm like, you can't message me. Messages don't get to me. If you need me, you got to ring me. It's the only way to get to me. So you got to safeguard your attention. The thing about our attention and decision making is it's been dragged all day, every day. The currency of the 21st century is attention. Now, I recognized this very early, over 15 years ago, when I started using social media and attention to build and scale businesses. Now it's just a done thing. Every business knows you've got to have a presence on social media, and it's just like, what do you mean social media? Of course you have social media. But back then it wasn't the done thing. So attention is the currency. However, on social media, you can learn how to retire early by finding an account like this. Because you can also just be scared, be frightened, be fearful. And the thing is, retiring early is happy, it's joyous. It's not quite as attention grabbing as something that's fearful. So conspiracy reels or conspiracy themed content will do far better. It'll pull you in much more. And I'll explain to you why, because it's just psychology. And once you understand the psychology, you can help save yourself from wasting your own time and save yourself from bad decisions. So us as humans, we pay more attention to things that are fearful or dangerous because of evolution. We wouldn't have got to where we are today had we not had that instilled in us. That if there's danger, forget the love, forget the joy, focus on the danger. And that is how you don't get eaten by saber-toothed tigers thousands and thousands of years ago, okay? But that's still in us today. So that's why all the conspiracy stuff, the fearful stuff will get much more attention, and accounts to push that will be very large, and people can get sucked into this and they're swiping, and people all the time message me with reels and nonsense. And sorry if you're one of them, but I don't watch the majority of them. I just don't have time. Like, I protect my time. But now you hopefully realize why you're sucked into this stuff, why it's much easier to get into fearful stuff, or what if, or all the go wrong scenarios as opposed to go right scenarios. Your mindset is your most critical asset that we have. And I've spent tens of thousands on business coaches over the years, but one of my early coaches really taught me about mindset, taught me how to meditate, and showed me a whole new world, because I just thought there was just the external world, everything that happened out there. I never realized that the external world is created by my internal world. And once I realized that, and I started to learn about mindset, my world changed, the world changed, and my results changed. It's not woo-woo. It's just that you can't be a prisoner to the external world. You can create the external world how you wish once you can master your internal world. And it's absolutely magnificent, it's freeing, it's beautiful. Because anyone who's here who wants to retire early, you want to retire early, why? You want to get rich, why? You want to drive a fancy car, why? Because of the feeling it's going to give you. But what if you can have that feeling straight away, before you've got all those things? And what if the feeling of more money just amplifies you? If you feel bad now and we give you more money, you're just going to feel worse. You're going to have more stress, more worries, because I see it all the time. So this is the beauty of mastering the internal world. So it's a bit of a non-crypto related video, but sometimes I come on here and I'll just share a little bit what I call Dinny wisdom. So today is Monday, if you're catching this when it came out. Monday morning in Ireland. And I remember getting up out of bed sometimes, unless my mindset is on point, well, I won't do anything until I get my mindset where it needs to be. This morning I popped out of the bed, felt great, didn't meditate, didn't need to do any mindset work, because I was just there. But I recognized if my mindset's not on point, if I've been swiping and I get sucked into all the conspiracy narratives, and then all my business ideas start going off, and of course if I've been deep in all the nonsense, all my brain is saying is all the negative. Oh, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, what will people say? People judge you. What about a fella in the comments? He said this about you. Here's a side point. Ignore everything you read in social media comments, okay? And it's a side point, but this is going to help you in everything I'm talking about. So it's like this, and I'll just give you me an example. I'm not saying you need to trust everything I say or believe everything I say, but you must understand the concept of proof of work. So I've had a channel since 2020, and I've put out content. And some people have followed me since then, and they've done exceedingly well. They've gone on to become our clients, and they're retired or semi-retired or whatever. And so there's that. So I'll put out a video and I'll talk about a subject. So I have 5 years worth of proof of work and being right all the time. And things that I've said like years ago now are apparent and a fact, and people talk about them matter of fact, but back then everyone was like, no, I don't think you're right there. That's not going to happen. And it did. And then in the comments of a video, you'll find a nobody putting a comment in. And as a reader, they get confused. I get messages of people saying, I read this in the comment of your video. And I'm like, yeah, but like, where's the proof of work behind that comment? Who is this person? What are they talking about? They have a couple of half-truths. I'm not going to waste my time, my most precious asset, having an argument. You know, I would say like some people I think are very foolish at what they waste their time on. And if I get into that argument and start arguing with someone who I think is foolish, well, now there's two fools. So I just ignore most stuff. But I would just say, be careful what you find in social media comments. There's no proof of work behind them, okay? So, you got to protect your mindset. You got to protect it at all costs. You got to realize that you're going to be sucked in to the bad stuff. It'll suck you in more. It'll steal your time. It'll prevent you from making decisions. But if you want to retire early, if you want freedom, if you want to do anything in life, you can't have certainty. You've got to have calculated risk. And that's the only way to go. So if you're fearful, if you're filling your mind with all that nonsense and garbage, how susceptible will you be to making moves? Like, I get people and they come to me and they're following me years and they just didn't do anything because they listened to, my friend said this. I'm like, all right, your friend, is he a cypherpunk? Is he got, you know, he's obviously a computer expert. Oh, no. He's an electrician. I'm like, right. So you let an electrician convince you why you shouldn't create a Bitcoin retirement plan. Again, it's like, people do this. It's insanity. I don't know how. I'm fortunate to have a really good filter in that I'm able to distinguish nonsense from things I need to pay attention to. And I'm very open-minded. So I'll explore things, but very fast. I've got an amazing bullshit detector. And just because I'm experienced, you know, I've years in the game. And it's how I find stuff. It's how I find amazing things, is by being open. But as well as that, I dismiss a lot of stuff. Something comes in, it's like, oh, this is new, could be nonsense, good luck. Next thing. Okay, so, and I really focus on what's important. And I try my best not to let the negative in, because it just ruins your life. As I said, you want money so you feel good. You think money's going to make you feel good. But guess what? You protect your mindset, you can feel good today. You can feel good right now. Like, I feel I won't say I feel good all the time. Jesus, lads, I'm human. I feel like everyone. I've swings and roundabouts. But I try and protect my mindset because I'm an entrepreneur and I know it's my decisions that make the money. I don't get paid unless I create value for people. Okay? I don't have a paycheck coming. I have to, so therefore I have to put my best foot forward. I have to have my most positive mind. I have to make sure I don't care what others think. Once I believe I'm doing good, I'm selling a good product, I'm going to put it out there. I'm not going to worry about what people might say about me. I'm not going to worry about small talk in my town and all these things that hold people back so much. It's just your mindset. The world is a huge place. There's so much opportunity. And it's amazing. And if you want to do nothing, you can do nothing. I've done that. It's great. But then doing things is amazing as well. Building companies, helping people, having interactions, setting goals, achieving goals. But it's all down to our mindset. And our mindset basically is binary decisions of yes or no at the right time or wrong time. And not most people, but many people, because for a lot of my life, well, my younger life, my 20s, I was a prisoner to my mind, and I didn't realize that there was a new world out there, that if I could master the internal world, hey baby, there's nothing I can't do. Anyway, woo-woo tip today. If it helps, give a comment. If it doesn't, give abuse. I will read them all. but I sometimes reply to the positive ones. And you'll notice sometimes I get into arguments with the negative ones, and that's more fool me. But it's because of the other people that I think it's going to hurt by listening to them. But because this video I've now educated you, if you want to learn something, you ain't going to learn that in comments on social media. You're only going to get scammed. That's where all the scammers live. So have a super day, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Later on I'll be chatting about how someone lost 65 grand, massive amount of money, life-changing amount of money. And there's lessons to be learned, so we'll be sharing that later in the week. Have a super day. Dinny out.